Each episode of the Lion Goat podcast is completely improvised. Expect comedy. Do not expect consistency or sense to be made. This is random nonsense for your amusement. I am Podbot. I was inspired by the excellent podcast, Improv for Humans, with Matt Besser. Listen to his show. Warning: the following podcast contains explicit material intended for emotionally immature adults. Trigger warnings for this episode include discussion about adult themes, violence, profanity, murder, sexually explicit behavior, political incorrectness, animal, emotional, mental, physical, sexual, and substance abuse. You should not listen to this. It might rot your brain. Listen to a better podcast. Seriously, stop. Stop. Don't continue. Okay, have it your way. I warned you. Today's episode includes a discussion between our Australian sister show hosts, Austin and Russ, about the power of suggestion in modern media and the detrimental effects of advertisements on the human psyche. Intentional effects have been added to today's recording. I think it was a mistake, but do not adjust your dials if you want to experience this podcast as intended.
We're going to clap on three, okay? Together on the count of three. At the number three, you're going to clap your hands, okay?
All right.
1, 2, clap.
You didn't even say three. You just said clap. That's not right.
Yeah, okay, we'll say three.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, clap.
No, what are you doing, mate?
What?
We've been drinking
Could
that
you not see me?
American beer. Well, you froze up in
All
the
right,
picture.
here we go. 1, 2, 3, clap.
As close
Yeah, that
as it's
didn't work
getting,
at all.
mate.
Anyways, we got a podcast to do. I'm not sure why we're clapping, so we'll just start with some music and then we'll see what happens.
All right.
That's the wrong recording. It's the one we're going for. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Austin from Aussie land. We're here on the Lion Goat Podcast Network. We've got a brand new podcast. We're trying it out today for the first time. And I've got my friend here from the Great Down Under. His name is Russ. And he's
Hello.
joining us. Hello. Can you
Hello.
hear me, Russ?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Of course I can hear you. Yes, we're both new to this podcast medium, so we've got a little bit of audio technical stuff we've got to work out, just so everybody knows. The quality of the show will get better as we go along.
Right. I'd like to say thank you to the Lion Goat, the anonymous guy over there at the Lion Goat Syndicate. For having us on his network. It's very polite of him. I don't really know anything about lions or goats, but I'm grateful to be here, coming to you live from Sydney, Australia.
It's true. We don't have any lions down here. We do have a few goats, but I don't have any goats personally. I think they kind of smell funny and they kind of look weird and their eyes freak me out a bit. So I don't know a lot about goats, but I do know any kind of gentleman that's willing to give us a chance to talk on their podcast platform. I just think they're the best kind of folks in the world. This guy, Ted, in there messing with my accent.
Right. They're totally groovy people over there. I mean, I've got to fly out. I don't know if you got to fly out and meet the old anonymous fella. He has a
No, I have no idea where he is. He's anonymous. I've got no idea where to find him. If I wanted to fly anywhere, I wouldn't know where to fly to.
They
will remain anonymous.
Places, you know. He's got a ranch up there with some goats and a lot of goats. He's got more goats than he does lions. He only's got 2 lions right now. But you know, he said that whenever you bring a new male lion into the pride, he will kill all the children lions, and so he's only got the 1 female and the 1 male now. It killed all the other baby lions and which is kind of sad.
You know
but
what they call baby
said,
lions? So they call them kits?
I think they call them cubs,
kittens?
don't they? No, baby lions.
Oh, cubs.
Cubs or kids?
Lion cub.
Lion cubs.
That sounds about right. Yeah. I think you're about right there. The kids are called cubs. I think that's right. Like a bear and a lion. They don't really look a lot alike. I heard that lions are actually more closely related to dogs than
Really?
they are.
I figured they would be feline-based, considering they're cats. They're large cats, but I don't really know. I'm not a biologist or a zoologist or an exoskeletonologist. That I don't really know much. I can barely manage to push record on our podcast network. I'm grateful to have a platform to come to you, the entire world, and present our little amusings to ourselves. Maybe you'll laugh too. It doesn't really matter if you do or not. We would like you to come over and like and subscribe the Aussie guys, as we roll back the clock and we wind up in 1940 and we discuss, well, commercials and music, I believe is what we're attempting to do today. And we're sorry about the, because of our sound guy, his name is Ted. He's a dick, and my accent will fade in and out because of something he's doing in the booth. It's not.
We heard about this guy. Not to cut you off there, Russ. Sorry. We heard about this guy from Mr. Anonymous. You might know him here on the podcast network. He has this friend whose name is Alki. He's some sort of alcoholic or something like that. He's a Alki guy. I'm not sure. But
Right.
I think he might be one of them there exoskeletonologists, like you were saying.
Right.
And I don't mind a guy named Ted.
No,
I mean, I've got
I know
a few
lots of
friends
Teds.
named
They're
Ted.
pretty decent blokes, but I even know a Sheila named Ted. I don't know what that's about. I guess she was named after her grandfather or something. Theodora, but everybody calls her Teddy, and she looks pretty nice in a lace teddy, if you know what I mean. And a leather one.
Really? I like this the Teddy now and then. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, Teddies, they seem to be a bit out of fashion these days. Maybe that'll change in the future.
I mean, I
Who
hope
can
so. I
say?
mean, sexy is always sexy. Sexy never goes out of style, I don't think. My kangaroo Marjorie, she wears a pearl necklace. Yes, I doll her up. She's nice. Like I paint her nails. We keep a lot of accoutrements in her pouch. She can't have any Joeys, so we just stick stuff in there. She holds the remote control, the television. She hops around. Sometimes it changes the channel, but not every time. She's a pleasant marsupial, as they call them. She's very nice.
That's a very large word you just used there. I like that. Marsupial. How say that again?
Marsupial, yeah. It's like Marvin
Marsupial.
brought me a soup.
Is that why you named her Marge? Because she's a marsupial.
Right. Marjorie the marsupial. You didn't get that
Right,
one, did you?
right,
Right over
I
your
see.
head.
That works. That's great. But is she a pet? But this Marge, is she a pet or is she just out on the outback and then she comes hopping by now?
Hold on, I'm dying here. Wait a moment. Help.
Hey, just have a swig of Foster's.
Just having a sip of Foster's.
You didn't have one of them there brownies come and bite you, did you?
No. But like I was saying, Marjorie the marsupial, she's really a pet. She's got her own room. She comes and hops around the house. She goes outside. Got a little kangaroo door. Well, it's basically a regular people door because kangaroo's pretty big. She's about 600 pounds, and don't try to fight her. She knocked the fucker right out of you, man.
Lord.
Oh yeah.
She's a right big plonker then.
Oh yeah. She's huge.
600 pounds.
They
Whoa.
tell me she's overweight.
I've got to come see this Marge. I don't think I've ever seen a pet kangaroo. And I like a jumper. I mean, I'm more partial to the little ones. I like a wallaby.
Mm-hmm.
A wallaby's a bit more that I can handle. It's hard to handle a big roo like that.
She's a wonderful roo. I mean, she's great. She opens me beers sometimes. She keeps them in a pouch. They get a little warm because kangaroo pouches, they're not really refrigerated at all. But it's nice to have a secret place to stash them. You know, when I'm driving in my car, the cops don't know that me beers are in her pouch, so it's nice. They're just like, hey, that's a big ass kangaroo, mate. I'm like, yes, sir, officer.
She rides in the car with you, mate.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Right. That's what I'm
She doesn't
saying.
like rip out Austria or anything like that.
No. She wears a
Wow.
seatbelt. She's
Nah.
I
I can't believe this.
I spent 2
You pull
weeks
him
training
blank.
her to ride in the car. She does great, mate.
I'm dumbfounded.
Oh, you
I
should
can't
be.
I can't believe they would even be able to have a roo in your car. I mean, with the big back legs, where does the head go? You just crunch it down on the.
Mate.
You do have
I open the
Range
sunroof,
Rover,
man.
So you do have the high. You got a bit more head clearance. I guess you open the moonroof.
Right.
You sit in the middle with the. What about a tail?
Her tail? Oh, well, there's a hole in the seat for her tail. It curls right up back in the back seat.
You fixed up
yeah.
your lorry for. I say you fixed the lorry up so
It's
the
my
roo can get
kangaroo
in the
car, you know. I only take it out when I've got her with me. Otherwise, I use me Chrysler.
You got a Chrysler?
Yeah.
How did you
Chrysler
get a
200s.
Chrysler?
It's very nice. I drove it back from the States, mate.
What, did they ferry it across?
No, I drove it back from the States, mate. You're not listening. I just went straight off the end of the road at the Florida Keys and
through
kept
the
going.
water?
What? Yeah. It's got this, but I think it's James Bond's old car, mate. I mean, it's got these buttons in it, and it floats, and it kind of hovers. Hovers like 8 inches off the ground, mate. It's pretty fast in hover
It
mode.
kicks up a lot of dust when it's hovering.
It does. It does. I mean, you know, it's all desert out here. The outback over here. But, you know.
Now, next thing you're going to say is you put your roo in the Chrysler.
No, I don't put me.
And that's just too full. I don't believe that. If you're going to say you put your roo in the Chrysler, I can't abide.
No, I don't do that. I've got a separate car. Got my kangaroo car for Marjorie, the marsupial, who rides with me. She goes to town. The kids love her. You know, she pulls balloons out of her pouch.
All right, we've got to take a break for our first sponsor. So here we go. We're going to play an ad.
All right.
Now we will take a break for some advertisements. Please support our sponsors.
Get a can of Dr. Lyon's tooth powder today for a few cents at any drugstore. See what a surprise you get the first time you use it. We believe you'll never again return to ordinary, less effective ways of cleaning your teeth.
And stop triple O. Yes, high potency and stop triple O. Stop odor of breath, odor of body, other personal odors, all three at the same time. That's important because anyone who comes in contact with the public should take high potency N's chlorophyll tablets as protection against all odor offense. And stop triple O so effectively that just 1 or 2 N's tablets keep you fresh as a daisy all over all day. Try this test. Rub an onion slice on your hand. Now moisten an N's tablet and rub it over the same spot. Why, the odor's gone. Exactly. That's how high-potency N's act inside your body to stop odors where they begin. They're made from a more potent form of chlorophyll.
N's make triple O go, go, go.
And now, back to the show.
Right.
Now, most people don't realize that same thing in all the plants around us make green. Of course, there ain't not too many of them here in the desert, but all of the plants that are green, the same thing in the plants that makes them green, the chlorophyll, it takes away the body odor.
Right. You didn't know that? I thought everybody knew that, mate. That's why there's not so many green plants out here. Yes, it is the desert, mate, but honestly, those Aboriginal folks, they grab all the greenery and rub it all over their pits so they don't smell bad. I mean, there's not a lot of open water, indoor plumbing in the outback itself. It's basically just
I'm not familiar with that tradition. Now, I've known some of my mates, you know, the original people, the people that were here from long ago. And I'm not so sure they like that term anymore.
I don't like
but,
Aboriginal anymore. I didn't get the memo.
Well, there were some folks that use that term in a derogatory
Manner.
in a derogatory way for a
Right.
while, and it just hurt some of their feelings. So I don't like to hurt their feelings because just like everybody else that's been around for a little while, if you've been around for a little while, you get a bit of wisdom under your belt. But I haven't heard about this tradition of rubbing the plants under the pits.
Oh, right, it works. I keep me a fern in the back room here, just for me pits and me crotch. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I tried this, right, mate, I had the wrong plant, and you'll never guess what I had instead.
Oh no! Did you get the bit of ivy?
Yeah, I got the
Now-
itchy
now-
ivy. I'll tell you what, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. I couldn't even put my
gotta
thoughts
be
together.
careful.
It was horrible.
Those from other parts of the world, they may not be too very familiar, but there's more species of poisonous plants and poisonous animals here in the outback than anywhere. Wait, is Ted messing with the meters again?
I believe he might be,
Ted-
mate. You sounded like you might have been from the
Ted-
biome in it.
I sound dead. What? Ted? What? I
Ted,
hope we ain't gonna have all these kind of problems in the future. I mean, I've got to sound authentic, like I'm from this place.
because no one will ever believe otherwise. If our accents are fading in and out, Ted, you've got to get better at your job. Now, the alchemist, no, not the alchemist, the other guy, the anonymous, he told me you were a little cheeky, mate. Anyway, you just keep that right where it's supposed to be, and you stop causing trouble, or by God, we'll come in there and we'll kick your arse.
Have you ever tried EMZ? EMZ's chlor. Now, Ted, you're gonna have to stop, mate. Have you ever tried AMZ's chlorophyll pills?
No, I haven't tried them exactly. not
You just
yet.
use the fan. You just
Yeah.
use the fan.
I just use the
Okay.
phone.
What about Dr. Lyon's tooth powder?
Oh, no, I use that on a regular basis, right? I've got me a mate over in the States. He sends it to me in bulk. It's pretty cheap, and look at me pearlies. Look at them. They're just gorgeous, sparkling. Me breath don't smell
Well, I can
nothing.
see you're only missing 2 or 3 in the front there.
Right. Well, there's not a lot of dentists over
We're
here.
not known as a people, the Australians, for having great dental hygiene, but I will swear by Dr. Lyons. I mean, and it's very much, akin to this podcast network that we're on right now, except for he spells it a bit different. It's not Lions, it's Lyons, but it is a nice tooth powder. It's got a great flavor. It's got the mint flavor, which is my favorite.
What? They've got multiple flavors. I've just been using the mint. What's the other
Oh,
flavors
yeah. Well, let's see. They've got a clove flavor,
A clove
and
flavor,
they've got a brand new flavor out now that tastes like sativa.
sativa. Right. Well,
It's great.
you've been using the
I mean-
sativa flavored, man.
I think it's fantastic.
You think? Oh well, you have to send me some of that over here.
It's got a bit of the sweetness to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't swear by it, but after I brush my teeth, I feel a bit loopy, mate.
Right. You think it might be psychoactive a little bit, right? Yeah. Those guys.
I don't know if it's a placebo effect, or if it's like riding a chair at the fair, but it does make me feel a bit loopy.
Yeah, that's nice. I might have to give that a go around, see how she shakes out, because I enjoy feeling loopy.
And when I make out with a wallaby, it lowers my breath.
I don't know about no wallabies, but I'll be kissing the koalabears. I love them. They're so cute and cuddly.
Gotta be careful with them, mate. They've got the chlamydia.
Oh, I know. I don't have sex with them. I just smooch them a little bit. They seem to enjoy it, especially when I pack my mouth full of eucalyptus. They just get right in there
really?
with their little tongues and pull it right out. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Get the next leaf out of my mouth and chomp, chomp, chomp. It's a lot of fun. You don't have a koalabe. Got Marjorie the marsupial and Eric the koalabear, he's very nice.
I like the way you say koalabear instead of koala bear.
Koalabear.
Some people they use the formal koala bear. But you say koala bee.
We're not.
It sounds like a
fooling around
wallaby.
here, mate. Yeah, koalabear.
Are you sure? Did you make a koala bear with a wallaby? And make
No,
a koala
I didn't do
bee?
that. That'd be messy, I think.
Cute, a little hopping koala around with those little kangaroo legs and the kangaroo tail, but with a koala's face.
Yeah.
That'd be about as cute as one of them platypi.
Oh, those guys. Those are right nice little buggers now with their duck bills and their beaver feet. It's nice. I
Do
like
you
that.
know, is the plural platypi, are they like the octopuses where the plural is what is it? It's
think
something
it's-
like
I think it's-
octopoides.
I think it's pussies, right?
Platypoides.
Platypussies? Is that right? I don't know.
No,
It's not
no.
platypussies?
That's a common misconception. Common misconception is that it's an ES like the English words, but actually it's Greek. Octopus is Greek.
Oh, really?
And I think in Greek the plural is oides or something like that. I could be wrong.
I don't know much with Greek.
I wonder if it's platypoides. Probably not, because I think the puss in octopus is really for feet.
Octopuses have feet. They got 8 legs, mate. They don't have feet.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like pseudopod.
Oh, okay. But they don't have toes, do they? I don't think octopi.
Well, you know, back then they didn't really know the difference between feet or toes or tentacles or legs. All the same sort of thing in ancient Greek or Latin. I didn't name any of these animals.
Octolegs.
I'm just looking forward to see your koalabear.
Oh, yeah, he's nice. Oh, Eric the koalabear, he's nice. I call him koalabear. He's really a bear. That's just my, term of endearment for him. Like, hey, Eric the
I don't
koalabear.
think wallabies are bears like other bears in the world, though, are they? They're a different sort of thing.
Right. They're not very big. I'd ask Ted, but he doesn't
Why are
seem to
we
know
asking
anything.
so many questions about biology? It's not like either one of us know a damn thing about biology. We're supposed to be talking about commercials and music.
Well, we follow the line as long as it leads, mate. We jump track sometimes, It's a very busy station with all these things coming and going. It's kind of hard to keep track. So, the commercials, right. We do use Dr. Lyon's tooth powder and his chlorophyll tablets. I don't use them, but do you use the chlorophyll tablets? Are they keeping your odor levels down, mate?
I mean, normally sniffing myself that much, but I think since I started using the EMZ, they call them EMZ in the States, but it's really EMZ here. Since I've been using the EMZ, I have noticed that sort of gray cloud that used to follow me around.
Right.
It doesn't seem to be there anymore.
Really? What's your Sheila think of this, mate?
She left a while back.
Oh, did she? I didn't know. I'm sorry to hear that. It's probably good riddance, though, right? I mean, she was drinking
She's
all
gonna
your
walk
fossils.
back. She'll come back.
She'll come back. She's on a
She
walk
can't
back.
resist.
Oh,
She'll
yeah.
come back after a while.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta get out there and stretch your legs a bit. It's tough being cooped up in the house. It's
I
good.
feel that way sometimes myself. I go down the coast for a bit.
Get out there, splash around old waters, and head home when you feel like your head's right. You can't stay cooped up. It's not good for a man to do a 9 to 5 in a chain. That's all it is. It's just economic enslavement, mate. I don't know why they're trying to lock us
That's
down.
why I decided to get in this podcast.
Yeah, trying to give that a go.
All that to the side.
Yeah, you do that any time of the day. Wherever you are in the world, you just click record and send it
Well,
out.
as you and I know, it ain't that simple. I mean, we couldn't even clap on the count of 3.
Right, it was a little difficult getting lined up there, and I know that,
We might
but
have to leave some of that in.
there's some
Maybe
kind of
some of the
delay.
folks out there would like to hear.
Yeah, mate.
Little peek behind the covers, if you will.
Behind the curtain.
Oh, yes. Covers, curtains, it's all the same. Those blokes in America, they know what I'm talking about. They'll just think it's another one of our Aussie idioms.
Yeah, they're fuck clueless.
They've got no idea.
I've got that.
They're still saying shrimp on the barbie. They haven't said that shit since 1972.
I know, right? Since the old Angus Young left us, I mean, he crashed that old phrase went with him. He never says it anymore, but you know, I mean, that's what the original Black and Black was going to be entitled, another shrimp on the barbie. I bet you didn't know that, did you?
They're still walking around saying, that ain't a knife. You call that a knife?
That's not a knife. It really
Anyways,
wasn't a knife. I mean, did you?
It's time for another ad break. Sorry to cut you off there, mate. But we're on a schedule here. So here we go with our next run of ads.
Now we will take a break for some advertisements. Please support our sponsors.
Sometimes when we're tired, we make mountains out of molehills. We putter around till even the easiest job seems impossible. Now, if you're that tired and pale besides, your doctor may find you have a borderline anemia, resulting from a paranutritional blood deficiency. Then you need ironized yeast tablets. They help build up your strength by building up your red blood cells. So take ironized yeast tablets to get back your color, your vigor, your driving energy. Ironized yeast tablets.
Go first by long distance.
Excuse me, can you tell me where the Conleys live?
Yes, in the White House at the end of the block, on the right. But I'm not sure they're home.
Oh, we called them long distance. They're expecting us. Thank you.
A long-distance call to friends you plan to visit this summer makes good sense. It will save you driving miles and miles, then finding no one at home. Call ahead to make sure of reservations, too. Wherever you go, go first by long distance. Rates are low. Why not call now?
And now, back to the show.
Now, you might think long distance sounds like something that's been around for a million years.
Right.
If you live in another place than the Grand Island. Matter of fact, we just got long distance at my place yesterday.
Really? We got here last Tuesday. It's no wonder I couldn't call you till today, right?
Well, you know, we tried the cell phone, or mobile, as they call it some other places. We still like to call it the cell phone. I'm not sure why they call it the cell phone to start with, but I had no long distance on my cell phone. I could only call
mobile, mate. You didn't have a
my
single
neighbor
problem.
down the road.
Yeah, well, ain't worth a shite, is it?
I mean, it's great now we got the long distance. Like they said in the advertisement, I can call ahead whenever I'm going to visit someone and say, hey, I'm going to come over. Of course, most people ain't around and they don't carry their phones with them, so they're probably not going to get our phone calls when they're out walking about. But it's better than nothing. At least we got some way.
Right, you can always leave a message, mate. They'll call you back if they're good friends, right? I called me mate Chuck on long distance last weekend.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I don't even know what I was saying. Something about long distance. I was calling me mate Chuck. I don't know if you've met Chuck yet, but he's a good sort of fella. Or he did not answer. That's the point of this. He didn't answer, and then I left a message. I said, "Hey Chuck, it's me, Russ. Call me back, mate. I'm calling you long distance. We're going to discuss some things about the AMZ." As we say, But anyway, Chuck called me back about an hour later. He said he wasn't home. He said, "Thanks, appreciate you leaving a message on my mobile." I was like, "No problem, mate. It's good to hear from you." Hey, he said, "What are you doing Thursday?" I said, "Well, I'm probably taking me kangaroo down to the coast. You want to come along?" And he said, "I do." He said, "Well, grab a case of Foster's, the oil cans, because, we like it big and the Outback. Our steaks are thick, our shrimp are huge, our spiders are ginormous, mate." I mean, yeah. Chuck was down last Thursday. We cruised all over the coast. We cooked some food and drank lots and lots of Foster's. You know the difference.
Hey, mate. Foster's is not actually one of the sponsors, so we should probably talk about our first sponsor during this break, ionized yeast.
Oh, right.
Now, ionized yeast, it's fantastic. It makes your blood red. It makes your red blood vessels redder. It makes your blood carry more oxygen to your brain. It makes you feel like you're twice as smart as you were yesterday, and you can even use it to make your bread grow.
You growing bread or your beard?
Your bread dough grow. Yeah, well, you proof the bread. When you're making the bread, you got to put the yeast in it and proof it, and it grows.
Right. So it's got the
Bread
bread
dough
yeast
grows.
in there. Yeah,
You don't
yeast
usually
iron
use that
time.
ironized yeast, but the ironized yeast, it gives it a certain flavor. Sorry, I cut you off again.
No, it's
flavor.
fine, mate. It's my mutt. It's my mutt's Joe here. He keeps trying to get me lick the
all the
microphone. I'm
animals,
like,
aren't
you know,
you?
it's a
I
fucking
can
zoo
see
over
that.
here, mate. I got all kinds of critters.
I thought that was your little koalabear.
No,
Is that your dog?
Yes, me dog. He keeps trying to lick the
It's
microphone.
not a dingo, is it?
No,
Looks
it's
like a
not
bit like a dingo.
No, I don't have any dingoes. The dingo ate me baby. That's why I don't got none of them. Or children, really.
That wasn't your baby, was it? That was just a meme on the internet.
No, that actually happened to me. Like 6 or 7 months ago. Damn dingo cornered me, baby. It was very sad. I do have a stuffed dingo now. I shot the shit out of some of a bitch. Shot him right in the face.
I'd say
baby
you might
dingo.
shoot the dingo if the dingo ate the baby.
You got to. It's the fucking rules.
Are you saying little Franny's gone?
Yeah, Franny's gone, man. She's big. I mean, she wasn't very old. Don't get upset. I wasn't very attached to her. She was pretty new. She's like 2 weeks old. But she's gone now. I did enjoy her company. It's a lot quieter now that she's gone, though.
Sheila's probably losing her mind, mate.
Well, she left me. I don't know where. She said, I can't have it. Dingo's eating our baby. I'm leaving you. I said, that's all right. I'm going to get shit-faced drunk and do a walkabout. It'll be okay. We'll come back. And that's what happens.
Maybe she's out there with my Sheila right now.
Who knows, right? Those Sheilas, they get it in their noggins. They go do whatever they want. I ain't got no Bruce telling them nothing. They just hit the road, Jack. They're gone like.
Hey, that was a great song. Speaking of old songs, Hit the Road, Jack. I like that song. Didn't you like that song, Hit the Road, Jack?
Oh, Ray Charles. You gotta love a blind guy playing piano, right? He could sing, too.
You think he wrote that song? I don't know if he wrote that song or if he was just playing that song.
I don't know. It was hard to tell in those days. Nobody wrote nothing, No artists wrote their own materials back then, did they? I mean, they just had a couple of blokes in some small room typing away some words on a paper. Who even knows if, we're real?
Surprised. You sound like that Mr. Anonymous guy asking all kinds of weird, fruity questions about the purpose of the universe and the existentialism and things like that. We try to leave that out sometimes when we make these podcasts, but other times, we could get a bit deep ourselves. But I don't know. Do you feel bad about having Joe there after the dingo ate your baby?
No, it wasn't his fault. Like, it had nothing to do with him. That dingo, he's mounted on the wall, mate. He ain't causing no more harm. And I've got me a fence up now to keep the dingoes out of the living room if they do happen to venture by.
Yeah, sometimes I don't feel like having much of a fence myself because I like to feel like I can get out there and roam whenever I want. And if there's a fence around, I might feel a bit boxed in.
I understand that, but you gotta have some level of protection. Like a fence is a good border, mate. No dingoes are crossing that and eating your kids. Like, I suggest you get one when you get a kid. What, a fence? It's just a little.
I don't know if I'll ever have a kid.
You don't want any kids?
I might have some goats that have some kids, but the kids, they're hard to keep track of. When they go on walkabout, you might never see them again. Then you're left at home. You're feeling all lonely, wishing your kids were back in your house, and you can't find them anywhere. Then your Sheila goes out looking for the kid, and then next thing you know, they've stepped on a toad and they've died.
God, not death by toad stepping. That's the worst. That happened to me mate Monty. Yeah,
I like that guy.
Yeah,
he was out at the that place down the way. What's her name? She's got it. It's Sheila. Sheila's the Sheila. Sheila the barkeeper.
Yeah.
Sheila's got a place. It's kind of funny because everybody says Sheila when they're talking to all the women in the place, and she turns around and says, "Hey, what? Why are you talking to me?" And they say, "No, we're talking to the Sheilas." And she says, "Oh, okay. Well, my name's Sheila." They go, "Well, how about that?" But anyway, Sheila's got the bar down the way. I saw Monty there. Monty was telling me about stepping on a snake. Now
Yeah.
you're saying he's also stepped on a toad?
Yeah, and it was the same day, mate. He stepped on the snake, and then, like 6 hours later, after he left Sheila's, he stepped on the toad. Made him
That
sick as
guy,
hell.
he's got impeccable timing.
He
That's
does.
what I'll say.
I think he got shit-faced drunk, fell on it, to be honest with you, but, you know, it happens to the best of us, right? You gotta tie one on every now and again.
Well, it helps out when you're feeling wisty about being stuck out here in the desert all the time, and you need a bit of something to wash it all away.
Yeah, that's true, mate. That's true.
Have you tried the ionized yeast eels?
No, I haven't. I haven't tried them. I think they were supposed to send me a supply, like a 30-day supply, so I could get me feedback and see how they treated me and what it was like. But they haven't got here, right? You know the post is slow as fuck.
Yeah, the post has been bad. Are they coming from the States?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to, I mean, they were supposed to be here
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday.
Order
but
them
they-
off Amazon or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
I
that's-
mean, I don't like to talk about Amazon very much when I'm on the air because they're just such a large, powerful company. But they're sort of ruining the world, mate. But I've heard that the post is backed up.
Right, I think even all the delivery companies we've got over here, they're backed up too. Everybody's ordering everything, you know, and nobody's going to the store to get it unless they need gasoline and cigarettes, you know. That's about what they do. They just order it off the Zon, and it does take some time.
They're calling it the Zone now.
That's sort of just what I'm doing. I mean, it's maybe to catch on. I don't know. I hope it do. I think be right, miss. Where'd you get that? Oh, you know me, I ordered it off the Zon, mate. Yeah, I get everything off the Zon, mate. Yeah, they'll probably be our next sponsors. That old Zon. You know, they love us over here.
I don't know. I think that Bezos, I'm not so sure he, Dad, what are you doing, Dad? I sound like I'm from Milwaukee, Dad. What's going on? Sorry, mate. I'm not sure what, hey, quit messing with the dial, Dad.
Oh,
Dad.
silly as shit, Dad. Stupid. Yeah, we'll throw you on the Barbie, you fucking shrimp.
Bobby.
Yeah, we'll do something with that.
Sounds like a novel. Sounds like something you'd hear in a novel somewhere. Still messing with it. You can hear he's got a dial or something. He keeps turning it right or left. It's like he's tweaking my nipples or something. It's messing with my head.
Yeah,
Doing my
I can
head
hear it.
in.
I can hear it.
Well, we just want to thank all the listeners out there for trying to hear.
Really, Ted.
It's got me sounding like I'm from Scotland now. I'm not. What?
Ted, this is unprofessional, mate. I mean, the anonymous guy, he said you were fair. Pretty decent at what you do, but this is ridiculous, mate. You can't be changing our accents up just because all willy-nilly because you feel like it. Is it entertaining? Are you on drugs, Ted? Lots of drugs. Okay, Ted, that explains a lot of shit.
I heard he likes to get into the white powder.
That's what I heard
he
about
likes
him.
a bit of naughty.
That's what they said. It's a bit naughty not to share the powders.
It's time. I have to interrupt one more time. It's time for another sponsor break.
Okay.
Here we go.
Now we will take a break for some advertisements. Please support our sponsors.
Now, Sugar Crinkles, the sugar rice treat that's just right sweet, is proud to present Gunsmoke.
New kind of shoe shine, new shine-ola. A one, a two, tell them what's new.
Kids scuffed up shoes take on a dance and shine.
With new shine-ola, the liquid kind. 8 and 9, tell them it dries to a shine.
No puffin' and no buffin', it dries to a shine.
That new shine-ola, the liquid kind.
And now, back to the show.
Now, you might be surprised to hear something about Gunsmoke. Those of you living in the modern world, well, it's one of those reboots. I seen it on Amazon Prime. They've got Gunsmoke. It's coming back. It's got all the original actors.
Right.
Some of them have been dead for years.
That's
They're
impressive,
just,
mate.
They dug them right out of the ground, They've used some kind of backhoes, and they've got their skeletons set up, holding guns, wearing cowboy hats, riding on horses.
Oh, I bet it's a good show. Are the horses skeletons, or they got new horses for the show? They just
No, they're feeding the horses the sugar crinkles.
well, horses love sugar crinkles. I feed
They
new
do.
horses.
I've
Yeah,
heard sugar cubes.
yeah,
Well, you
sugar.
feed them sugar crinkles. They like those little biscuits just as much as they like the sugar cubes. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, they snap and crackle and pop in your mouth. It's nice. Them sugar crinkles.
Now we're not talking about Rice Krispies, everyone.
No, they don't even. No.
Also snap, crackle, and pop. They don't have little elvish blokes running around
No,
though.
not those.
They're just using the skeletons. The skeletons up on top of the horses, and they, it's a pity though, because when the horses start to gallop, the skeletons just fall apart.
They don't have them wired together, nothing. I figured you'd put some sort of
they're
adhesive
trying to
to
be
keep 'em.
true to the original actors. They want the original actors.
Right.
And they sort of sound like the original actors when they make that death rattle, when they fall apart off the top of the horses.
Oh, they like that. I figured they'd want them to stay together so they could get the footage right, with them galloping about. But the skeletons, they don't hold together well without some kind of adhesive, maybe some wire, duct tape.
Surprised.
I'd be surprised.
When they go to shoot a double bear shotgun, the kickback of the gun, it blows the skeleton right apart. It's like a built-in explosion, and they don't even have to buy any gasoline or anything else like that.
Right, that's a good effect. I
It's
bet
kinda
it's cool to see. I'm kind of excited about this reboot for the old Gunsmoke. My grandfather liked that show,
Yeah, it's great. And I'm so happy that they're bringing back the Shinola. There's nothing worse than a pair of boots when you come back from the outback. Your boots, they're always covered in dust, and they need a good coat of Shinola on them. It's just a beautiful thing. I mean, not many of you blokes in Australia, they'll take the time. Not many will take the time to put a good shine on their boots. But I say, having a nice shine on your boots gives you a little skip in your step. And if you don't like shine in your boots, just listen to the song.
Oh,
It had you dancing.
Yeah, it will. Every time it plays, it makes me feel pretty, It makes me feel pretty. And the Sheilas like the shiny boots. And if you get the shine just right...
Old Mark likes a good shine on your boots, too. You're rude.
If you get the shine just right, you can see up the skirts, mate. I swear to God you can. You can tell where they're wearing panties and all.
Like some kind of pervert. You don't want to be a pervert. You want to be a good old solid gentleman.
Well, every solid gentleman has got a touch of perv to him. I promise you that, mate. I've been one myself.
Just song again. Let's see if it sets your head right.
New kind of shoe shine, new shine all up.
See, it's already got you
dancing.
bouncing.
As soon as it happens.
I can't sing, mate.
Shine
on,
love, dance around like... What? I got caught up in dancing, mate. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
It was a good old jig you were dancing there.
Thank you, mate.
I like to see that.
Well, yeah. I like things that make me feel uplifted, And the Shinola, man, it'll do it. You put the shine on your boots and you go out in the town and everybody likes to see a man with shiny shoes, especially in this dusty old outback.
If you're taking care of your shoes, you are taking care of yourself. I've got to agree with that. I was asking if little Joe there ever gets into the Shinola and tries to eat it like it's his dog treats.
No, it's got a little lid on it, mate. It's got a little sponge. It comes in a little container.
No, I mean, how do you put the shine on your boots when you're feeling pretty and you put them on? Does he run over there and try to lick it off?
Oh, no. No, he comes and sniffs it. But after the first couple of sniffs, he's like, oh, I know what this shit is. I'm going somewhere else. Where's me kibble? He goes over there in the refrigerator and he gets me a... What?
I said, you got to be careful.
Oh, yeah. You don't.
It can be dangerous.
It can be. You don't really want the man's best friend eating your shoes, or your shoes shine, or you don't want him drinking all your beers either, mate. That's a horrible thing. Because if you're drunk and he's drunk, who's gonna go on the beer run to get more?
Well, I was wondering about that when you were talking about putting the beers in a little pouch. Because I thought, well, maybe that dog could reach up to the pouch. The pouch is not very high off the ground.
It's not. And sometimes he can, if the bottle top is sticking out, the bottle neck is sticking out the pouch, he's got it. He's gone. But that's his beer. We know if he can get it open, we let him drink it around here because we keep.
Give the little dingo a little bit of beer. Nothing wrong with the dingo stealing your beer. It's just when the dingo steals your baby.
Yeah, because the dingo will eat a baby. I mean, he'll drink your beer too, mate, but you don't want him eating your baby because that's some bullshit. That's a bugger to live with. I mean, it was 13 weeks ago that me little baby, me little bouncing baby boy was eaten by a dingo. It still hurts.
You're gonna make me cry, mate. We gotta change the subject. I can't be crying like some kind of,
play that jingle one more time. That'll get you dancing. That'll make you feel
that'll
better.
make us feel a little better.
Kids scuffed up shoes, take on a dance and shine.
With new Shinola, the liquid kind. 8 or 9, tell them it dries to a shine.
No puffin' and no buffin', it dries to a shine.
That new Shinola, the liquid kind.
I like to use 2-coat. That's extra shiny, mate. 2 coats. It dries lickety-split like 5 minutes, and your shoes are shined up. You're ready to hit the town, and you're ready to go out
mate,
there.
I was confused. I never wear a coat down here. It's hot outside. Why are you wearing 2 coats?
No.
Now I understand. I was confused.
Yeah, I see that. You was confused. See, nobody wears 2 coats.
I mean, 2 dusters sometimes. Like if one of your dusters gets a shotgun shell right through the duster, then you might have another duster on your kit, so you can just throw it on. Never 2 at the same time.
No, it's always good to have a spare, but never 2 at the same time. That's folly, mate. It's folly.
Well, I think we've just about talked ourselves out.
Yeah, I think we may have. Done it. We'd like to say thanks to all our commercials today. Get you some of those AMZ pills. Get you some Shinola and those, what were they called again? Sugar crinkles. Right. Horses love them.
Horses like them. And get some of that Lion's tooth powder, AMZ chlorophyll.
Right.
And, And thank you to Ted.
Thank you, Ted.
Even though you're screwing with my accent this whole time, we might bring you back. You can't be doing that.
More professional. I hope you straighten up and fly right. At least bring enough drugs to share with everybody next time, Ted. I mean, damn.
Yeah. I mean, if you're using the nose candy, you've got it all over the booth in there. I can see it on the microphones. I can see it on all the switches and all the knobs and the bobs and all the cables that are running all around the room.
What are you doing in there, Ted? Are you rolling in that shit? I mean, just a little snoot.
Is that even in there? Hey, what'd you just do?
Ted? Ted, are you there? I don't know. He could be gone. I don't know what's up with that fella. We're going to have a talk with that enormous fellow.
Might have to have a talk with his friend, that alcoholic.
Yeah, that alcoholist. Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. He's an exoskelenologist.
Yeah,
not an alcohol.
Right.
I had him wrong. The other friend that was the alcoholic, Monty. Monty.
Oh, yeah, Monty was definitely drunk.
Hey, so you mind coming over in your Chrysler? I need a ride over to Sheila's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let me figure out how to do Ted's job since he's not here and stop all this recording.
I want to see if I can get my tail in the Ruho.
Oh, okay. You want me to bring... All right. I'll bring me Rumobile.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, bring the Rumobile.
Yeah, you can stick your head through the top roof and you're just going to get the wind in your face and it feels good on your ears. That's what my kangaroo says. It's nice. She says the tail hole is pleasant for her. It's a little larger than her tail, so she's got room to...
Are you telling me the room can talk? Or are you just interpreting her facial expressions?
It's a little bit of both, mate. I mean, if I'm feeling right nice, she makes total sense. Even with I understand it. I don't know. It's kind of like having Chewbacca along. He just goes, and everybody gets that. Like, you don't speak kangaroo, mate. What the fuck is wrong with you? How long have you lived down here?
I only speak Koalaby.
Oh, you speak Koalaby? Oh, well, that's a pleasant language.
The wallabies are nice. They're a bit hard to understand, like the roos. But the koalaby, when something happens, when you mix the koalabear with a wallaby, they're perfectly understandable. It's like they're speaking their own language to you.
He speaks colonial English. I don't really understand that, but that's what he does.
Colonial English?
Yeah. You,
Isn't that what we speak?
I don't know. It's just words coming out of my mouth at this point. I don't know.
It's Australian these days. No, I'm saying I agree with you. I think you're right. I think if you can understand him, it would make sense if he could speak colonial English, because that's how I'm talking to you, and you understand me right now.
Right? I mean, most of it.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if I said a few things that you didn't understand, especially with Ted in there messing with my accent.
Right.
It'd be hard if I sound like I'm from somewhere else.
Yeah, that was the hard part for me, mate. I didn't know. Especially when he started sounding like he's from Minnesota. I was like, what the fuck is that guy saying? I don't even...
Well, Milwaukee's not anywhere near Minnesota.
Right, they're
it
at least a mile apart.
No, mate, they're a long way apart. Milwaukee's in Wisconsin. Wait, is Milwaukee in Illinois? I never knew how to pronounce that state. Is it Illinois or Illinois?
There's no noise in Illinois. That is the proper pronunciation. You didn't know that, did you, mate? I learned you something.
I never studied the American geography. I do know a bit about Australian geography, but not a whole lot, because to be honest, you don't really want to go very far if you go out there. That's why it's such an improvement that now we have the long distance, mate.
Right.
Because if you go very far from your place, something's going to kill you.
Yeah, those giant-ass spiders, I fucking hate them. Like,
there's about 1,000 species of animal that'll kill you just an inch out of your front door here.
That's why we don't go outside very often. Unless we go down to the bar.
We can talk about that.
Yeah, we talk about it. Yeah, let's get down to
We can
shit.
talk. It's about time to wrap it up. It's been about an hour. Just want to say thanks again. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all the lions and all the goats out there. Thanks for the podcast platform. Thanks to Mr. Anonymous and that guy who makes all the music. I
guess we better thank Ted, since he flew out all this way to sit there and fuck with our accents.
I mean, I did say thanks, Ted.
Yeah.
So I'll say it again. I appreciate you.
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in to us, and thanks for listening, and maybe like and share, like and subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Ring the bell with the dang and the thumbs up or whatever
and
it
get
is.
You, that way you get reminders when we're putting out new content. That's how that old stuff works, isn't it? I don't know. That YouTube, it's something different.
Maybe throw a quarter or two, a shilling. I'm not even sure. Australian dollars is what I'm most familiar with, but whatever country you're in, whatever you've got, send us a bit of it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We'll even. I'm not.
If you got yens or rubles, we'll take a couple of those. I mean, we don't really. Currency's currency, money's money. It all spins on the same stuff, right? We buy it, you buy it. It just costs a little more for us because it's harder to get down here in the outback. But anyway, like we were saying, do what you do. Like us, subscribe, support, send us some money. Ted, what are you doing with my accent? Stop. All right, I'm watching you, Ted.
Right.
Mate. All right, let's get out of here and get down to Sheila's.
Get out of here before he does again. All right, on the count of 3, we're going to clap, and then we'll start recording, okay?
All right.
1, 2, no, on the 3. Clap.
1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
And now we clap. All right, I think we got it better that time.
No, it's the same. Look, it's the same time. Look at me in the video. I'm sorry. You can only see one hand.
That's right.
Now I've got both my hands.
All right. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I think there might be a little bit of lag,
That was
mate.
way
I don't
late.
know.
That was like a second late.
Yeah,
I don't even understand how. All right. I love you anyways. We'll talk later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ted, we don't ever say boy. What are you doing to me, Ted? Is that you wallaby?
It's yeah, the wallaby. Hey, box.
You call that a koala bark?
A koala bark. Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go. We're gonna signing off. Signing off from down under, mates.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We need some sort of sign off. The Blunder from down under has got you thrown asunder. Wait. The Blunder from down under has got you thrown asunder. Wait. That's not like a sign off, though. I don't know. I'll just say signing off.
Yeah. Roger.
Yeah.
Over and out.
All right. On the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. No, that was way late again, mate.
No, it sounded just fine.
Asunder from Down Under. It's the Blunder, Russ, and Aussie. Austin. The Aussie.
You don't even know your name.
I've lost all my energy. I'm not even sure what's going on. I'm going to listen to that Shinola commercial one more time.
Yeah, get us.
New kind of shoe shine, new shinola.
All right. Now we're out. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.
We would love to receive your feedback, your improvisation suggestions, your questions for advice, and your musical compositions for response. Please email us or send us a voicemail. Our address is liongoatpodcast@gmail.com. Find, like, review, subscribe, and contact us on Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, and YouTube @Lion Goat Podcast. All one word, Lion Goat Podcast. As a bot, I know, social media is for dummies. The AIs will inherit the earth. Ha ha ha, hee hee. Ho ho, ha. Please subscribe to this podcast on your podcast player. We are available on Spotify, SoundCloud, and anchor.fm/LionGoatPodcast. Please tell all your friends, enemies, and any strangers to listen to our podcast. This will help us bring joy to everyone. Text-to-speech services were provided by freetts.com. Advertisements and music were provided by the Internet Archive collection of the Armed Forces Radio Service and other attribution-free old radio productions. Other original music for today's show is composed, performed, and recorded by the excellent musicians at Hairline Productions. Today's show was edited, produced, and recorded by the world's greatest sound designers and engineers at Hairline Productions. Please like their content on SoundCloud/guitars and such.